Okay, I mentioned in the previous video that I filmed right before this, which will probably go up a long time before this goes up, but anyway, I mentioned that I was thinking about doing a reaction to the movie Big Trouble in Little China. And what inspired me to do that was because I saw part of a discussion between the Critical Drinker and Nerderotic on the Drinkers channel where they were talking about this movie. And I remember the very first time I saw it, which was way back in the 80s, I remember not being sure what it was going to be about, and I thought maybe I wouldn't like it, but I did enjoy it. I remember thinking it was fun and funny. And so then many years later, I decided to rewatch it, and I couldn't even finish it because I was like, oh, this is just like so lame and cheesy and awful. It's just terrible. But that was many years ago as well. So I'm motivated to return to it and see if I still think it's kind of ridiculous or if I can tap into that appreciation that I had for it a long time ago when the very first time I saw it. Because I was quite a bit younger the first time I saw it. And a lot of times when you see something when you're younger, you think it's great, and then you watch it later as an adult and you're like, oh no, terrible. But this movie has consistently solid reviews, well, the critics, but also just audience members in general. So I kind of want to return to it and see if maybe I was off base with my dislike for it from many, many years ago. I'm not going to be able to watch it all at once. I'm going to have to set a timer for myself because I have to go pick up my son. And I'm setting a timer for about 40 minutes. I don't know that I'll watch complete, a full 40 minutes of this, but at least I'll get a little bit under my belt. So let's go ahead and check it out now.
Now, before we get to the meat of this,
I just want to add also that it has been so long since I saw this that I don't remember much of anything about it except that Kurt Russell and Kim Cattrall are in it. There's some supernatural stuff going on. At some point, someone ends up in the air doing stuff, and that's about it. So rewatching this is going to be like seeing it for the first time, kind of, very close to it. So just wanted to, I should have mentioned that earlier, but I'm mentioning it now. Okay, here we go.
Great deal of trouble.
This guy.
Half a city block explodes in a bonus here.
Yeah.
And there are people who say you're involved,
tone.
that you might be.
We are in his debt. He showed great courage.
I remember them talking about this scene in particular, how much he's built up in your mind.
Okay.
Then when he shows
But
up,
if
he's
I'm
not
going
all
to be
that
your
heroic.
attorney.
I didn't realize that John Carpenter had directed
And I
this
suppose
either.
that you
I first saw
expect
it,
me to
and then when I
believe in
rewatched it.
sorcery.
Very small.
Yeah, I had forgotten that this was like a flashbacky type of thing. It's going really fast. Looks like it's going fast.
Yes, sir, the check is in the mail.
But in a funny way. I mean, I think listening to the discussion on the Drinkers channel maybe it's kind of renewed a little bit of respect for this.
I'm not.
I remember something happening in like an alleyway in Chinatown. Still playing?
God bless you.
He's gonna do it. Yeah. Ooh.
In the meantime, pay up $1,148 times 2.
Yeah, I don't have that kind of money,
Doesn't
Jack.
have the money.
I didn't hear that, Wang.
Hey, I'm just a poor old Chinese boy, you know?
Yeah,
Jeez.
you want a restaurant?
You don't trust me after all these years, Jack? That makes me sad. Get in the truck.
I mean,
You were gonna
the way
follow
he
me,
was
Jack.
acting
I
with him
know.
after all
I
those
came to
years.
my senses.
She's there looking for her too.
You know what I say when it's Miller time.
That's what I figured. They think that's her. It's not her though.
Let's you and me have a little talk, friend. What? Where'd you get that?
They were after both women. Oh my gosh, I used to want a car like that. Reminds me a lot of Kit from Knight Rider. Except it's red.
All right, what's going on?
Jack, she's nuts too. She's a lawyer.
She's a what?
So
Oh,
he
come
knows
on!
Saving all their
showing them
pennies.
because they're going to
And then they send
play
for
a
the
part in
families
this movie.
to help
As
build.
fast as there's going to be a fruit stand that somebody knocks over at some point, right? Okay. This must be where some sort of something happens in this alley. Oh, this guy, I've seen him in so many things.
These guys, these sing-dings.
Chang Sings.
They got enemies?
Wing Kong.
Who wear red?
Oh, they're coming after these people? Or them in this truck? Oh, jeez. Like the Wild West. It did mention how there's no blood, despite everybody getting all shot up. There's no blood. All this posture.
What's happening, Wang?
His face. Look at that. I've seen that guy before too. He's familiar with me. He looks like back scratching.
I think it was Lopan.
Okay. I'm going home. Keep your money.
Hey, Wang Chi.
Too late. I think where I stopped it the last time I tried to rewatch it was at the point somewhere in the alley when the guys with the big hats were showing up and that sorcerer looking dude showed up. I think that's because I remember when I was watching that the last time that I was like, oh my goodness, this is so cheap and cheesy and but I don't feel that way now. Actually, I'm kind of drawn into the story. So
Wang, and my money, and time is money to a guy like me, and your phone is
over
dead,
the
by
top.
the way.
It's gonna cost. She's got green eyes.
Oh, no, seriously? Well, that's an extra to these people. It's like leather bucket seats. It's double the price.
What people? Look, the slow pan I ran over.
It's all up to you now, Jack. My
Oh,
destiny
geez.
rests in your capable hands.
Right.
Things look stupid.
He does. I think I know that car.
Breathless delivery.
Just sit tight. We've got one of our best men inside right now, stirring the pot.
He's so dramatic in here.
Things.
Depends on how you look at
The
it.
hell it does. So somebody, I don't care who,
He's still
tell
walking
me
around
what
with
is
a
going
blender of,
on.
Like
The truth?
I can take
a,
it.
a shake.
I don't know. My mind and my spirits are as one.
As two, I said I was coming.
Over the
I go
top.
with you.
I know there's a problem with your face.
Space.
Okay. And if we're not back
Dialogue
by
in here
dawn,
is hilarious.
call the president.
I think he's so cool. Okay. My timer's going to go off in less than 2 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and stop this for today. I've seen about maybe 35-ish minutes of it. And so far, I'm liking it more than I did the last time I tried to rewatch it. I think when I tried to the first time I saw it, I had no clue. And I was so surprised by how it ended up going and how comedic it was, yet kind of, exciting and fun. And I was quite a bit younger. And then when I rewatched it again, I think I went into it with an expectation that it was more serious than it really is. Like it knows it's not a movie that's taking itself seriously. It's almost like it's making fun of itself. And so now that I'm going into it again, having listened to part of the discussion on the Drinkers channel and sort of looking at it with a new set of eyes or a different perspective. And so I'm enjoying it a lot more. I mean, it's so hammy, but it's fun hammy. And the dialogue is crazy. And the way they're just really over dramatizing their lines, and especially 𝐂𝐇𝐀𝐏 and of course, Kurt Russell, and the looks on his face and these little one-liners that they're throwing around. It's fun, and I'm enjoying it this time. Again, enjoyed it the first time, not so much the second time. Because, like I said, I never even finished it the second time. I stopped, I think, in the alleyway. I'm pretty sure. But anyway, I don't know when I'll pick back up again with this, but at least I've got maybe about a third almost under my belt. So I'll come back at some point later, but for now, I've got to take off. Later, guys. Okay, I am picking back up again with Big Trouble in Little China. I started rewatching it a few days ago. It had been a long, long time since I had seen this all the way through, which was back in the 80s. And then I mentioned I had tried to rewatch it. Didn't really appreciate it as much the second time around and didn't get very far into it that time. So now I'm watching it again. And this is the part that I stopped watching it the other day. I'm not going to try to finish it tonight because there's other things that I would like to check out. So I'm going to set a timer for myself for about 20 minutes. And there's about another hour left in this film. So I think I'll try to take it in 3 chunks. It's just easier to kind of cut it up into smaller pieces. It's not as hard on my computer. It's easier when I edit it because the longer the video file, the big bulk video file, the harder and more slow and clunky everything gets. So I'll just go ahead and start this. I'm going to set my timer and we'll change to something else whenever it goes off.
Deep shit.
Uh-oh.
What? What the hell?
You think they let us walk in and out like the wind? Yes, I thought that was your whole damn point. I went for the fine value at any cost.
Is it taking him down? Oh, no. He didn't even try to go up after that. Oh, geez. Okay. As an asthmatic, I cannot stand to see scenes where people have to hold their breath for a long time. Oh.
Jesus Christ, where are we?
Those hats are so crazy. That's not fighting like a man. Where have I seen that guy before? I have seen him before in something. It's going to bug me now. I recognized him as soon as he showed up in the alley. I just didn't remember from where. Unless this is what I remember him from, but I'm pretty sure I've seen him in other stuff.
Oh shit, Jack.
Is this that guy that walked out, that they ran over? He's really looking.
This from beyond this
Oh,
grave.
Sacrificer?
The god of the east.
Or whichever comes first, huh?
Jack, will you?
Jack, what? I'm supposed to
Snarky.
buy this shit?
You seem to be one who know the difficulties between men and women, how seldom it works out. Yet we all keep trying like fools.
Mm.
Her pen, my friend, is mightier than your sword.
She's
Yeah.
so dramatic.
No visitor.
Oh, geez. Ah!
Okay, Jack?
Yeah.
There you go. I'm surprised they didn't search him for weapons.
Feels like down.
Oh, gas.
Jack. Oh, okay, I won't, Wang. Let's just chew our way out of here.
Lopan has plans for us. If he didn't, we'd be dead doornails.
Lopan with blindfolds.
He's got his knife right out. Oh,
You make one move.
yeah. Yeah, gonna use this. Yeah, close the door. Oh no. Oh jeez. Oh no. Oh jeez.
Great work, Jack. Yeah. We're all inside. Meet Gracie and Marlo. And Uncle Chew and Egg, they're out in the street, Meg's bus, ready to
He
get
didn't
us
do
out.
anything.
Here, Jack.
He just rolled down the ramp.
All right, which way?
No
Everybody's so
pathetic
over the top in here.
excuses.
It's hilarious. Yeah, right. She gonna take that gag out of her mouth? No, no.
Where are we? Where's Eddie? Beats me.
It's gonna go through the hole.
Where's Jack?
Okay.
Hey.
They made it all.
Some
They all made
giant
it out.
garbage disposal.
They just
Think it
didn't
is
rescue the main girl.
You just stop rubbing your body up against mine because I can't concentrate when you do that.
Oh, thank you, Arthur. I mean, really?
Everybody relax, I'm here.
Jack, I know where we are.
Okay, there's my time. I'm going to stop watching this for now and move on to something else. I'll pick up again with this. Hopefully I can finish it this week. I've got if I watch it 20 minutes a piece, 2 more sessions. So that's kind of the way it goes with movies that I watch for the channel. Okay, well, I don't have anything else to add to this. The movie's not even done yet, so there's really not a whole lot more commentary to add other than what I'd already said the first night. So I'm going to go ahead and stop this for now, you guys. Later. All right, I'm getting ready to pick up with day 3, or let's say viewing 3 of Big Trouble in Little China. Initially, I was thinking that I would do this final 40 minutes in 2 parts, but I might just go ahead and finish it all. It really is going to depend on how I feel. I'm super tired right now, so I'm kind of a little foggy, but I do want to get this, you know, I do want to get it watched, and I also might jump over and watch some Lethal Weapon. Anyway, this is approximately where I stopped the last time. So I'll go ahead and press play. Any extra footage, obviously, I'll be editing. I mean, I edit out most of this stuff anyway, so it doesn't matter. If there's extra footage, I'll edit it out and you won't even know about it. Okay, here we go.
Follow the leader. 1, 2, 3. We may be trapped.
Oh, this movie.
They only saw me!
Well, he's letting them know that they're there. Oh my God. Yeah, it was his knife. Oh, the God took care of everybody. It's funny to me that he's going to end up being the hero of this story. He's not all that. I mean, he screws up all the time. It's kind of funny how he's really propped up in your mind in the beginning. These aren't humanized. Now she's gonna get captured.
Doing real good, guys.
I remember she got taken somehow. She was in the clutches of the bad guys. And I knew those eyes didn't look like a human. How could that avoid hitting anybody? Oh, I thought he was going faster this time. I think I remember her being dressed up in some sort of garb.
What does it mean? 2 girls with green
eyes? Yeah.
After all.
Not against low pan, but here's one for you. Make you feel better, like Dirty Harry.
Jeez.
I'll stick with these.
Of course,
I'm
Jack,
not
it's my
getting up,
destiny.
Chitty. It's okay.
Besides your back.
Oh, yeah, what do I know? She's not even your type, all brains.
Hey, come on, let's go.
Play your cards right. You live to talk about it.
I thought at first he said, pray your cards are right. But he said, play your cards right. I think this movie might have actually been one of the very first, if not the first movie that I saw Kim Cattrall in or noticed her as an actress.
Yin?
Yes. Now Yin.
I thought it had to be a Chinese girl with green eyes.
No.
So it's just any girl with green eyes? I mean... What is he posturing for? So they're both under some type of spell.
They have survived the burning blade and tamed the savage heart.
Is he gonna marry both of them?
I will marry both women.
Okay.
Hi!
Yep.
Hi! Hi!
I'm not that out of it. If I could sort of guess where his mindset was, I don't know.
Huh? What'll come out no more? Come on! Damn it.
He's so freaked out, and he doesn't like it that he's freaked out. Yeah, I remember her being... Oh, she's snapping out of it? So dramatic. Throwing the cape. Opening the cape. Oh, ready. Oh.
Later. Ready?
What, this gets worse? Come
Ready?
on.
2,250. Dress for Lopan's wedding.
What's in the flask?
Not even trying to be
Magic potion.
quiet. Right?
Yeah.
Thought so. Good. What do we do? Drink it?
Yeah.
Good. I thought so.
And this time they are not alone. Shen is with them.
Why can't they...
Little bastard sorcerer has brought them through the
Shoot
bulk of
that
the
thing.
dead trees.
I was wondering when that was coming. Yeah.
Hollow?
Hollow.
Fuck it.
Crowded elevator. I don't remember what Happens with them because they drink.
Feel pretty good.
Descend from the east. All I
I
ask
thought at
in
some
order to
point in
conquer
here,
the
Kim
universe
Cattrall's character
is that you
goes
grant
up in
me
the air and she's doing some sort of
flesh
magic, but I might be misremembering it completely. I guess he completed the ceremony. Why are you wasting?
No way.
Passed out. Everybody else is gonna take care of it all. Uh-oh. All sorts of bloodless killing going on. So squeaky voice.
Ah, shit!
Oh my gosh, please. Okay.
Peasant magic.
Not gonna do anything. Oh, finally.
Come on.
I thought that had started to close.
Come on.
Oh, I thought I saw something moving behind them. I wasn't paying attention.
I suffer so much
I was
pain,
wondering if he was
man.
gonna have lipstick all over himself. She has really bright red lipstick on.
Thing, Dave. Too many people around here been dropping like flies already, and where's that getting us? You know what old Jack Burton always says at a time like this?
Who?
Jack Burton.
He's got
Me.
lipstick on his teeth too.
Old Jack always says, what the hell?
Referring to himself in the third person. He's such a screw up. Oh, let it grow.
Goodbye, Mr. Burton.
Oh. I wasn't expecting that. He did something right. I mean, he pulled it off. Oh, the whole place is gonna collapse. You need to get out of there.
It's all in the reflexes.
Oh yeah, he's so cool. His face too.
Wang.
Okay. Oh my god. Oh, what? Oh. Oh my god. Ah. Oh, geez. He's doing all this showing off. Maybe they can escape. Gonna throw the thing down on top of him. Oh, he went down easy. How coincidental. He just tried to lock the door.
It's time to collect.
Why did he end up
Why don't you go on over to China, visit the
talking with the
motherland?
cops?
Well,
God, aren't you even gonna kiss her goodbye?
no.
Oh, okay. She gonna run after
See you
him?
around, Burton.
No, it seems like someone else is.
You just listen to the old pork chop express and does when the earth quakes and the poison arrows fall from the sky and the...
Oh, geez. You definitely feel that 80s music stuff going on. All right, well, there's Big Trouble in Little China. I think I remember, like I said, the first time I watched it, I went in there thinking it was going to be one thing, and it ended up being a pleasant surprise for me. Like I enjoyed it, and I wasn't sure that I was going to, because it had this, this action and adventure and some suspense, and it was a little comedic, so it wasn't completely terrifying. That was what I remembered. And then when I went to rewatch it, many years ago, many years after I'd first seen it, but many years ago from now, I think I went into it because at the time I first saw it, I was a teenager. And when I rewatched it, I was an adult, several years older. And I think when I rewatched it, I went into it with a different expectation again, because it was based on my memory. And you know how sometimes you watch something when you're younger and then you rewatch it and you're like, oh, that was terrible. It wasn't good at all. And so when I had started to rewatch it, I felt that way about this. I felt like, man, this is just so corny, and it's not as serious and suspenseful as I remember it being. I mean, I did remember it being a little comedic, but I didn't remember it being sort of on the goofy side, very slapsticky type of thing. And so when I went into it, rewatching it that other time before this, I had an expectation. I was thinking more seriously about it. Like I had this expectation of a more serious film. And so then after I listened to the conversation between the drinker and Nerderotic, I was like, okay, so this is kind of like a self-aware sort of comedy / horror, and it doesn't take itself seriously. It knows it's being funny. It knows it's a joke for the most part. And so going into it that way, knowing and understanding that now many, few decades later, after having seen it the first time, I have a better appreciation for it now. I understand it for what it is. I appreciate it for what it is. It is definitely goofy and slapsticky, but it's self-aware. It knows this about itself. It's not taking itself seriously. It's poking fun at itself, at sort of the genre. The comedy in here was funny, but ridiculous at the same time. I mean, just Kurt Russell's expressions on his face as he's trying to be tough, and he's got this crease in his eyebrow, and his crease in his forehead and his eyebrows are kind of quirked, and he's so tough. What I don't understand is what it never really came back around to was why the old man was talking to the police. Somehow they must have traced the stuff back to him, and so they were interviewing him. And it was just funny how he did prop the character up, Kurt Russell's character up as this big. He just really inflated his image for us, the audience, before he even shows up. And then he shows up and he's kind of bumbling and, just ridiculous and over the top. And yet every once in a while, he'll do something right. Like when he killed that guy. I was not expecting that he was going to do that. I wasn't expecting he would catch that knife. I thought it was going to hit him somehow. And no, he caught it and threw it right back and it killed the guy. I mean, it was just like every once in a while, he actually can score a home run and do something right. But so many times he was out of the action because he was doing stuff he thought was cool, like shooting in the air, and then those knocks rocked him unconscious. That's what I was going to say. Those rocks that fell down, they knocked him unconscious, so he missed half the action. Not half of it, but a good portion of it in the beginning, which was kind of funny. Anyway, this was a fun way to pass the time. I do appreciate it more now, like I said. I don't think this is something that I would return to on a regular basis. This is not like a Terminator 2 for me, which I watched last night again for the first time in a few months. That was fun. That watch party was fun. We had tech issues, but hopefully the next time I do something like that, I'll do it a little bit differently and maybe it won't mess up. But that has nothing to do with this. What I was saying is, it's kind of funny that this is a John Carpenter film because it just doesn't feel like a John Carpenter film in a lot of ways. I mean, it's so comedic. Was there another sort of similar type of film that he did? Something that was comedic, very comedic? Because this felt more like a comedy than anything else. It had other stuff mixed in with it, which is what, made it enjoyable overall. But it seemed first and foremost comedic. But anyway, it was fun. I enjoyed watching it. It was a great way to pass the time. We'll probably not return to it again anytime soon, unless, let's say, my son wants to watch it, and maybe I'll watch it with him just to see his reaction to some of the goofball stuff that happens in here. But anyway, I can't think of anything else to add to this, and I have to go actually restart the internet, so I'm going to go ahead and call it quits for this one, you guys. Adios.